Good morning, everybody. Today we'll be discussing our ME588 project, the high top wooden table. My name is Athray Nagash.
My name is Brian Nazara.
Chris Sargenti.
Shubham Analdas.
And Thomas Palmer.
Brian.
All right, so today we first of all want to introduce a product to you, talk to you about its functions and where it's going to be used. Then next we talk to you about the modules and then the parts of the product. And then we talk to you about the key characteristics, the KCs of our product. And lastly, we'd like to talk to you about the liaison diagram and assembly. Next slide, please. So to introduce our product to you, our product is a high top wooden table. This product would be used in a pre-existing setting, in a kitchen, and this kitchen has countertop surfaces as well. And in order to allow for efficient moving of items from countertop surfaces to the kitchen table, we need the kitchen table height to be the same as the countertop surfaces, which is 36 inches. And then also we need the kitchen top table to be able to sit at least 6 people. Next slide, please.
Our table is made up of 3 main assemblies. We have these 2 leg structures in the tabletop. And so we broke this up into 10 pieces. So we have our 4 vertical legs, which are denoted as 1, 4, 5, and 8. We have 5 support structures, which are 2, 3, 6, 7, and 9. And then we have our tabletop, which is 10. Next slide, please.
So here we have one of the first KCs for this project, which is the entire height of the tabletop, which is measured from the bottom of the leg assembly to the top of the surface. And the way we're doing this is basically in this photo here, it's measured from part 7, which is the bottom face of it, to part 10, which is the tabletop, to the top surface of it. And this KC is influenced by 3 different members. The first being the thickness of the tabletop itself. Then the next is the stretcher thicknesses, which is here we can see for member 2 and member 6. And finally, the length of the vertical members, which are 1, 4, 5, and 8. Next slide, please.
The second KC is the gap between members 2 and 6. The purpose of denoting that as a KC is to allow enough space for people to sit at it without interference with the leg structure. The standard width of a seat is known to be 18 inches, with the gap between those seats at 10 inches. The gap must be controlled between members 2 and 6 to 47.5 inches. Next slide, please.
And as you can see here in the top right picture, we have a breakdown of the assembly. The assembly shows connections between the upper stretcher and where the numbers which we were using are shown below, to the 2 vertical members, along with the bottom stretcher to the 2 vertical members. These make the 2 individual leg assemblies on the left and on the right, and they are joined, shown in green, as the attachment to the central stretcher. All 3 are then joined to the top of to the bottom of the table using those blue elbow connectors. Looking specifically at the liaison diagram, all the black lines denote where the fasteners will be attached. We haven't specified a particular fastener, but in a standard woodworking procedure, we would use glue and potentially screws if need be. And the connections in red show the KCs. So specifically, if we're looking at the bottom 2, we have the connection or the KC between the bottom stretcher and the tabletop and the bottom stretcher on the right and the tabletop. So that defines our KC1 of 36 inches. And on the top, we have the KC between the upper left stretcher and the upper right stretcher. So specifically, those are the inside faces, and that defines our second KC of 47.5 inches. If there are any questions or comments, please let us know. Thank you very much.